Hey DC Collectors, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Justice League 2021 Aquaman action figure. But before we get into this review, if you will, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this content, I sure would appreciate it. Now, let's get on with the review. First up, we're going to take a look at the packaging for this Jason Momoa Aquaman action figure. As you can see, it is just a window look into the figure where you see his mama's Trident, the Aquaman figure himself, and of course the DC Multiverse logo. Side of the box gives us a look at the Justice League logo and the name Aquaman. Back of the box gives us a nice look at an actual pic of Jason Momoa as Aquaman, as well as a few other figures that you can find in this line. Left side of the box gives you a tiny window look into the figure as well as the DC Multiverse logo. Top of the box is just the Justice League logo and a window. Bottom of the box is copyright stuff and the UPC. With that out of the way, let's break open this Jason Momoa Aquaman and let's play. Here is Aquaman out of the package. First, let's start by looking at the accessories. First, he comes with this cool trading card featuring Jason Momoa as Aquaman. As you can see, there's a little bit of difference here, especially with the hair on this compared to that. Back of the card gives you a little bio about Arthur Curry. You can pause and read right here or continue on. He comes with a cool DC black base here, one peg, so you can stand 1 foot on him and hopefully it will help him stand. He comes with Atlantis Trident. Very cool, very durable material here. Not stiff, but you know, pliable, so it can bend around a little bit, so it probably could get kind of wonky, but if you tried to bend it in place for too long, so don't do that. But you know, it's a pretty decent looking Trident. There could have been some paint added to it to just give it a little pop, but overall I do like this Trident. It looks really good right beside him. So now let's take a look at the paint job on this guy and the sculpt. I can see Jason Momoa in there, but this is not the best Jason Momoa in the world. I really hate the hair on this guy. It looks too slick back, too plastered to his head, not poofy enough, and I think that's where everything goes wrong is the hair. I think if they would have taken a little more attention to the hair, make it stick out a little bit further off his head, you know, like a poofier looking kind of sculpt, I think that would have done wonders for it. Maybe even come in with the blonde, you know, kind of a blonde wash instead of just straight black. I just think they missed an opportunity with this to really make the Jason Momoa head pop, and it's to the detriment of this particular figure. Now, I do have some paint issues here. I've got this stray red mark on his head. I don't know if the camera can pick it up all that well. Got some issues where the beard's not painted right here on his, it's just skin color. And wow, talking about really weird, check out that neck. Can you see the cracking going on there? Holy cow, what is up with the neck? I might have to call McFarlane Toys on this one. Just say, hey, I need another one because the neck, that is straight up awful. It's like maybe they didn't let the paint dry, or they dried it too much, or something happened in the process of making this figure that God, I've never seen that before. That is crazy. Never seen that before. Other than that, this figure looks, I mean, the designs, they're right on from the actual Justice League movie. I'm loving that. Even the paint app on this thing is pretty nice. I can't tell if it's, I think this is a green figure and they brushed on the bronze or the gold or whatever you want to call it with you know, just kind of a dry brush to really hit the highlights of the armor. I'm digging that. That's a nice touch there. You can see, I think, same here. I believe this whole thing was probably molded in green and everything was painted bronze or gold over that. Now, I did have another issue with the ankle joint on this one. Sometimes these things are not lined up correctly in the package, so the ankle joint is turned one way, the part that goes up and down on the ball that turns, and it's going to be hard to see, but it took me forever to get this foot lined up with the joint, and I really had to get in there with some of these needle nose pliers to grab that joint, hold it in place, and twist the foot into place, which kind of was, you know, not cool to me. I hate having to do that. Otherwise, beautiful action figure aside from the hair. I think that the hair really does this one a disservice. All right, so let's take a look at the articulation on this guy. His hair's going to keep him from moving all that much, but he can turn all the way around. As for, you know, to the side, yeah, he's got some pretty good movement there. Up and down, you can see he can look up and down pretty decently. Now his shoulders here, these shoulder pads are that pliable plastic, that really soft goods plastic that, you know, makes them go up and down so you can get movement out of the shoulder. And as you can see, he does have butterfly shoulders here. We can go back and forth. Isn't that butterfly shoulders? Yep, they do. And he can go all the way around. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. And of course, he has pretty decent range of motion with that ball joint. Here is an example of the ball joint that I do love. The gauntlets cover up that ball joint. This is to me, McFarlane, this is the only acceptable use of that ball joint on the wrist, is when it's covered up by something like this where you don't see it and it's not protruding and it doesn't look awkward. See, he can turn at the torso pretty decently. All this is that soft plastic stuff, so it really makes the turn easy and has lots of give to it. He can turn at the waist all the way around if you wanted him to. You can do decent splits. Look at that though. When you make him split all the way, his diapers go in on the side because it's pulling on that stuff. This is another thing that I hate, is this plastic, this diaper piece. I call it diapers because it's soft. It's that soft plastic. It's real pliable. It looks like diapers most of the time. I don't like it. Double jointed knees, as you can tell, and of course he has that ball joint, which is again beautifully hidden by the boots. Again, this is a great place to use that ball joint if you want to, because the boots hide it very, very well. Other than that, this is a pretty decent figure, especially for the price I paid. I paid $12 for this guy off Walmart.com. They were having a sale. I don't know that I probably would have purchased it at $19.99, but again, I waited on the Zack Snyder line. For whatever reason, I pre-ordered them, then I canceled all of it, and then I waited because I kind of figured these would be go for on the cheap. I don't know why, I just had this feeling about me. Now, to get let's put the Trident in his hand, and good. Okay, so these are different hands. Oh God, than any other McFarlane figure I've seen to date. They are super tough, and look, when I'm bending them out, you can see the paint on his fingers cracking. Look at that. I don't know what kind of paint they use. That is not cool, but you have to really bend his hand out just to get the Trident in there. Let's bring in another Justice League Aquaman, and here is the Mattel, the 6-inch version. This is not the multiverse version. This is like the kid-friendly version, and you tell me, the kid-friendly version of the Mattel figure might have a better face sculpt than the McFarlane one. Even the hair, I think they got the hair right on this one compared to the McFarlane Toys version. Of course, this was like a $10 figure. This was a $20 figure. And of course, this has way more articulation, nicer paint detail on the body, better, weapons. But I think I like this head better than that head, which is mind-blowing. Okay, so that is it for this Aquaman. If you like this figure, leave your comments below. Tell me what you think of this figure, especially if you have him. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you like what I'm doing, if you find this video informative, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this content. I sure would appreciate it. Check me out on DCCollectors.com each and every day. You can find me on social media at DCCollectors on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's it for this video, folks. God bless.